Joe, a massive 3 points here this evening with a victory over Glasgow City. How would you sum that one up?
Yeah, I thought we were dominant tonight. It took us a little bit by surprise to go 1-0 down early in the game, but I was really impressed with the character. We didn't crumble. We still pushed. We managed to get a goal back into it. Before half time, and I think you look at the game as a whole. We sustained a lot of pressure. We spent a lot of time in City's half. Played some good stuff when we got to control in the end. When we finally started playing a little bit more and getting the ball on the floor and shifting it and shifting them, then we got a lot more joy. And I think the players saw that more towards the second half. They're a great team. I really like them. I really like the way they're set up. I think they're so tough to play against. They've got a real identity. You can see that, and it takes a lot to beat them. And I think we did our work tonight. It was so hard to come off the back of a draw and then only have maybe one training day properly back on the pitch to prepare for one of the best teams in the league. But the players have done great tonight. They've took everything on board and they've come up with a big 3 points.
Yeah, it must say a lot about the mentality of the team as well. The first goal can be so big in these big games as well, but to go behind and then to respond like they did was brilliant, wasn't it?
Yeah, and that's the one thing, I can't question their mentality, because we still had the belief to go and continue to do what we were doing and stay in the game and still try to push our performance and keep our game plan and keep our tactics right. I thought they just were right at it for 90 minutes. There was some outstanding performances again. I think you look across the whole pitch and we defended extremely well. We did our honest work first, which allowed us to go forward and keep the ball in forward areas. So yeah, I'm super pleased with the players tonight. I thought they thoroughly deserved that.
Yeah, just looking at the two goals, it's a brilliant strike from Kirsty. Her form's continued on from last month, and then the Rio goal, the high press, that seemed to be a theme of your play tonight too.
Yeah, it's something that we've had to get a little bit better at. Teams are going to hurt you now. Teams are playing out a lot more, and they're going to try and play through you and hurt you where they can. And we've got to pick and choose our moments when we can press and when we can put that pressure on. And I think that's what we're getting better at. But you can see when we do it, we can be a real threat, and especially if we can get our goal scorers. That we've got 3 of the top goal scorers in the league and in our team. So if we can get those players winning the ball higher up the pitch, the better for us. And I thought it was a great finish from both the strikers tonight. It's a nightmare trying to pick 2 to play at once, but you can see the ones that when they are playing, they're scoring and they're playing with confidence, and they're playing like they've got a shirt to keep, and you can see that in their performances, and they've come up trumps tonight, both of them.
Yeah, it was a massive save from Jenna Fife towards the end too to secure the points.
Yeah, huge save. She did one at the end of the game on Sunday as well, which was offside, but I think that's a big save. You look at both ends of the pitch and we ask that. We've got to have a keeper that's making saves and keeping us in games, because you're not going to nullify teams to 0 chances and 0 shots on goal, especially against a very good team. We've got to expect that they're going to have moments. And she came up with a big save at the end there, and it's she's been great for us. She's going from strength to strength, and I think you can see that in the performances and the limited amount of goals that we've conceded in quite a few games. She's a big part of that.
Yeah, and just lastly, looking to Hibs at the weekend, how do you prepare for that and the end of a big 3-game week it's been?
Yeah, it's going to be a tough game. It's never easy. We've got to make sure we do our work. We've got a few more days than what we had in this turnaround. So we've got to make sure we get that balance right. We've got to go back, look at this one, put this one to bed early, but yeah, we're not taking any team for granted. We never have. We'll give them the respect that they deserve, because they're a top side. They're not in the position in the league they are for no reason. With some good players as well that can hurt you, so we've got to make sure that we're getting our defensive work right like we did tonight, and try to work out how to go and get another 3 points on Sunday.